Offer extended. Offer not accepted. This is Nelson with Nelson Radio, and you're challenged by today's rush to real estate, all combined with a concern that by the time you find your dream home, higher rates will price you out of the market. I've got the answer. With my Mortgage Market exclusive lock and shop rate guarantee, you can freeze today's low interest rates, shop for your new home, all with a peace of mind that your rate is waiting for you at the finish line. Call or click 888-888-2136 or click through on strongcreditrewards.com.
This is Be a Beast on Nelson Radio. You chose to be here. This is not by accident that you're here now and in this program. You want to take your performance to the highest level. You want to dominate. You physically work hard. Now that's important. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available to you. Not just for some, but for you to live it fully. You can do it too. Enjoy this journey. This program is your secret weapon. Be a Beast on Nelson Radio.
And this is Be a Beast with Dave Austin, mental performance coach, and myself, business leader and professional coach. You can call or click or text us, 888-888-2136 or extremefocus.com, or easiest yet, simply text the word BEAST to 313131. That'll connect us directly. Dave, we're coaching performance. Bottom line, from the locker room to the boardroom, we are coaching performance and how to get better.
It's been great. You know, previously we spent time with 3-time Olympic gold medalist and 2-time world champion Leo O'Brien. And we shared the most graphic testimonial on your belief system, shaping our reality, with Roger Anthony, who comes out of the bush each week to be with us. Right. But he's facing the fight of his life, stage 4 cancer, and how he takes that on is just mind-boggling, but it's who he is. And he doesn't just speak it, he walks it every day.
It's one of the most dynamic quotes. I'll carry this with me for the balance of my lifetime, but when he announced his stage 4 cancer and then with eyes wide open said, "This is opportunity for me." I mean, who says that?
Oh, I know. He just looks at it as what a blessing. He just says, what a blessing. What a chance for me to show how I can be the miracle that we can all be. And even though the doctors said it's over, he's saying it's just getting started.
And how he's training his mind using these very principles that we're talking about with the Be a Beast 12-step learning process, how he's using those principles to overcome the physical pain. The cancer is in his skeletal system. It's in his bones, excruciating pain. And beyond that, just the optimism of, hey, I'm going to beat this. Well, I'm licking this.
Absolutely. And that's what you said it best. He's following the Be the Beast program, the 12 steps. That's what I meant by he doesn't just talk it. He is living it. Life and death, you know what? He's committed. And you see a guy like that, you just get inspired,
And it's exactly how I came out of that interview with him and spending time with him. And you've spent a number of years with him, so you know Roger very well. That's a new friend to me, but my jaw was dropping open, and I was just going, wow, look at that. Inspiration, enthusiasm, optimism, following these exact practices that we're talking about, RESPA the crocodile, where he goes into his treatments, relax, evaluate, strategize, patience. And that's one word that you wouldn't associate with cancer. Yeah, I'm going to be patient with my cancer. You would think, no, I'm in the hurry-up offense. I'm in the red zone. I need to hurry up and get this thing out of my system. But he has patience and then choosing to act.
Well, one of the great sayings we have in Be a Beast that Roger has is get there fast by going slow. So often we're in this panic mode, and then we never get there. We just run around in circles. But, when you actually take the time to do it right, things happen faster and quicker for you.
This is Be a Beast on Angels Radio, AM 830. Call or text 888-888-2136 or simply type in the word BEAST to 313131. Dave, with our programs, we're looking at these different triggers, these animals that trigger a different thought, snaps us into focus. We've looked at RESPA the crocodile. We've talked about Mima and Lima, the armadillo. Mind mastery equals life mastery. We're going into some other game changers, and here's an odd, unprecedented reference. But in this show, we're going to be talking about the flying fish.
Oh, yeah, we're going to bring Roger out of the bush again. He's going to explain that. You gotta listen to this one. You know that these flying fish can fly up to 2 miles? I mean, these are fish. Yeah. But they have wings and they fly. And how does that relate to what we're talking about? Well, you're going to learn on this. And we're even going to tie it into a personal story of my own with Walt Disney about. Now, you talk about how does a flying fish and Walt Disney, where is that connection?
I can't wait to hear this story. The connection of flying fish and Walt Disney.
That's it, because so many of us see things that are done, like, we have Disneyland. We have all these Disney products and great movies and everything. But how did that ever become? Yeah. How did it just happen? It took a man with great courage.
And in that same vein, I want to ask you about this, because here this week we had, or this month we had Nelson Mandela pass away. And he's been an inspiration to me. I love some of the things that he's written. And one quote that I wanted to shotgun at you and get your experience on, it's this. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear.
Well, you know what? Fear is a good thing. We all get psyched out when we have fear, so then it gets us all off our focus and everything. But when you realize that fear doesn't have to be, freak you out, you just accept it. It doesn't have control of it. You step through it. It's just a matter of shifting. It's like Laird Hamilton when he's dropping on a 60-foot wave. That's pretty radical.
Yeah.
But, and everybody says, well, you have no fear. Yeah. So what do you mean? I have fear. It's just in that moment, as I drop in, I shift my fear into commitment. And there's an energy.
Yeah.
It's positive. He shifted it.
And this is what I do in my coaching all the time, not denying these God-given emotions. We are meant to feel fear and anger and angst and all of those emotions, but now how to channel those into performing better.
Amen. Well, that's what, we're going to talk about Walt, because Walt had those same things, Walt Disney. He had those same, building this dream. He says, if you can dream it, you can do it. I love that quote.
And I think that's so important because I look at boxing as an example. So many people think, or MMA fighting, they think that they can go in there and all they have to do is be angry. And angry is going to lead the charge. And in the middle of combat, these guys are calm and reserved. Their emotions are in check. So we're going to take a look at that. It's going to be a dynamic show. You're going to find out with Dave Austin how Walt Disney and a flying fish share something in common. I'm anxious to learn this. This is Be a Beast. I'm with Dave Austin, mental performance coach, and myself, Nelson. Call, click, or text. You can reach us direct. 888-888-2136. extremefocus.com, or easier yet, text the word BEAST to 313131. Coming up, we've got Roger Anthony, Be a Beast, and this is Brianna Noel and her Christmas duet with her sister Brittany. Find out the tie between Walt Disney and the flying fish.
If it happened to you, would you want the government deciding who takes care of your kids or who will inherit your assets? Do you want your children paying thousands of dollars in legal fees to probate attorneys? Don't let your family fall victim to probate or online estate planning. Nelson Radio recommends taking action now with their trusted friends at O.C. Wills and Trust Attorneys. Not only do their experienced attorneys create a comprehensive estate plan for you, but unlike those other internet sites that are not law firms, they provide you expert legal advice to make sure your plan is designed for your specific situation. The most important people in your life deserve an estate plan done right. Call today for a free consultation. 949-424-5292. That's 949-424-5292. Professional legal direction to protect your family. Call O.C. Wills and Trust's attorney at 949-424-5292.
Do you ever want a secret weapon? Be a Beast training video is your weapon. From the locker room to the boardroom, success is not by accident. Performance is not by chance. You want to get your mind right? Perform at the highest level? Dominate your marketplace? Be a Beast training video is the answer. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available for you to live it fully. You can do it too. The Be a Beast training video is your secret weapon. 888-888-2136. Let me say that again. 888-888-2136 or text BEAST to 313131.
Brianna Noel's music. I love her voice. This is our B&B series with myself, Nelson, business leader and professional coach, and my special co-host, mental performance coach, Dave Austin. Call, click, or text us. You can reach us at 888-888-2136 or extremefocus.com, or the easiest way of all, if you're not driving, text the word BEAST to 313131, and that'll put you in direct contact with us. Dave, we're going into this next segment, and it's you've got to tell me the story about how our animal for this week, the flying fish, has anything to do with Walt Disney. What is that story?
Well, gosh, this is such a favorite story. This is our Christmas show, really. And one of my favorite Christmases, well, not just one, I had several of these. We used to have the Walt Disney Christmas and our regular Christmas. Mm-hmm. On Christmas Eve, Walt would send us a box. I was younger. It was higher than me. We'd get this box of all these presents.
Yeah.
And I'd open these presents, and it goes, and I would read this as a young child and says, "Thank you so much. Merry Christmas." I'm like, why is this guy thanking me and giving me gifts? I mean, should Walt I be Disney. Thanking him? Yeah. It's Walt Disney, And, well, the story goes, the reason that we had our Walt Disney Christmas, which was, a fantasy for a kid growing up. But so when Walt had this dream of building this incredible place called Disneyland, well, you got to understand, most people thought he was crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, nowadays we see all this, we go, yeah, sure. But at that point, a lot of people just thought he was, a screw loose of whatever that statement is.
Right.
But anyway, so his brother was an accountant. And his brother was much more of a detailed guy, and
right.
Walt was a dreamer.
Right.
If you can dream it, you can do it. I mean, that was his whole thing. Well, his brother came to him and said, "We're $2 million in debt." Many of us have faced debt before, and I think it's
$2 million at that time. I mean, that's like $200 million.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, it's more than that. And so, he's all pressured, the brother, and Walt goes, "Wow!" It's kind of Roger Anthony, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Wow, isn't that amazing? We've got $2 million worth of people who believe that much in us."
Yeah.
And so it was at this point where you could
complete paradigm shift.
Yeah, totally different. And so my grandfather happened to be in the perfect position at the perfect time for Walt Disney. AT&T was the number one company in the world, and my grandfather was
then Bell Telephone.
Yeah, well, Bell Telephone was owned by AT&T, and my grandfather was executive vice president of Bell Telephone. So Walt came to my grandfather. They made a presentation about this incredible place, Disneyland. They're doing all of that. They needed corporate sponsors, and my grandfather gave him a yes. We all need a yes in life, right?
Right.
And so by having that, they created that Pacific Bell Theater of the Round the World, thing. And what happened, momentum shifted for Disneyland, because now you've got the big guy.
That was their first major sponsor, correct?
Well, yeah, I don't know exactly how it fell, but I know that was their first, the number one company in the world. That just made the others fall in line. We all need that. And so, we're going to when we bring Roger out of the bush, we're going to let him really explain this, but here's a little bit of a tease on the connection, is that Walt thought not only outside of the box, he blew up the box. Yeah. He was a thinker that just said, if I can dream it, I can do it. I keep throwing that line out because that's how these kind of things happen. We think that, as I say, most people at that time thought he was crazy. Just like the Wright brothers. When they said, "We can fly," everybody thought they were crazy.
And these are dreams without boundaries. This is what's so exciting about our Be a Beast program. I'm with Dave Austin, mental performance coach. You can call, click, or text us. 888-888-2136, extremefocus.com, or simply text the word BEAST to 313131 without boundaries. I mean, those self-limiters.
Yeah, it is. And again, we're so blessed to have Roger a part of this show because he has so many great sayings. One, at some point, I want you to ask him about this. It's how, we're our own prisoners. We not only, do we put ourselves in the prison, we hold the key that can let us out. Right. We even stand guard so we don't get out.
Yeah.
And when you're, because we're so, worried about judgment of others, our own judgment stops us from so many great things. And that's, using Walt Disney as an example. I mean, think of, as a child, we're talking, this is Christmas week. One of my greatest memories are, wow, this guy is giving me presents.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that.
Right. Yeah, it leaves a thumbprint, and just like Roger Anthony has done with sharing his story on cancer, leaving that thumbprint on how he can embrace news where the medical community has given up on him. And he's turning around and enthusiastically saying, what an opportunity that I have to live out what I preach, what I coach in the Learning Anchor System, in the Be a Beast 12-step process. It's right in line with Walt Disney saying, hey, guess what? I want to build this Imagineering platform where everything's possible with Disneyland. I mean, who would have thunk?
Yeah, we just see it, and so everybody just takes it for granted. So if you're out there and you've got a dream and it's deep within you, the only way that dream becomes reality is for you to act upon it. We talked about RESPA. You've got to strategize. You've got to evaluate. It might sometimes take a great amount of patience, but then it's the action that creates the opportunity to make it happen.
And that's what we really want to encourage you to do, is to act on this. Not think about it future tense, oh, I hope someday to do this or I hope to do that, but to actually act and move forward. We're going to find out about the flying fish with no boundaries with Be a Beast on Nelson Radio. We're with Dave Austin, myself, Nelson. You can call, click, or text. 888-888-2136, extremefocus.com, or simply text the word BEAST to 313131. I love when my phone blows up with texts. All these people texting the word BEAST to 313131. Coming up, Roger Anthony back out of the bush.
Happen to you? Would you want the government deciding who takes care of your kids or who will inherit your assets? Do you want your children paying thousands of dollars in legal fees to probate attorneys? Don't let your family fall victim to probate or online estate planning. Nelson Radio recommends taking action now with their trusted friends at OC Wills and Trust Attorneys. Not only do their experienced attorneys create a comprehensive estate plan for you, but unlike those other internet sites that are not law firms, they provide you expert legal advice to make sure your plan is designed for your specific situation. The most important people in your life deserve an estate plan done right. Call today for a free consultation. 949-424-5292. That's 949-424-5292. Professional legal direction to protect your family. Call OC Wills and Trust's attorney at 949-424-5292.
Do you ever want a secret weapon? Be a Beast training video is your weapon. From the locker room to the boardroom, success is not by accident. Performance is not by chance. You want to get your mind right? Perform at the highest level? Dominate your marketplace? Be a Beast training video is the answer. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available for you to live it fully. You can do it too. The Be a Beast training video is your secret weapon. 888-888-2136. Let me say that again. 888-888-2136 or text BEAST to 313131. And this is our Christmas show with Be a Beast. I'm with Dave Austin, mental performance coach. You can call, click, or text 888-888-2136, extremefocus.com, or simply text the word BEAST to 313131. I have a big smile on my face, Dave, because as we go into the third segment of our show, we always have the excitement of bringing Roger Anthony, as you say, out of the bush.
Out of the bush. He's a beast. And, the 12-step process of Be a Beast, it works every time. And it's combined with his Learning Anchor System. I mean, it's unprecedented results are experienced. So, should we bring on Roger?
Roger, are you with us?
Are you with us? We got you out of the bush?
Yeah, here I am. I'm out of the bush and ready to go, guys.
Hey, Roger, as we've unpacked some of these animals and introduced them to our listeners, we've talked about Respa the crocodile and Mima and Lima. Mind mastery equals life mastery with the armadillos. We have this incredible story that Dave shared with us on tying together Walt Disney, someone that acted and lived out without boundaries, and the flying fish. You got to bring that together for us.
Well, this is one of my favorites. When you think about a flying fish, you think about a creature that has been created to live in a particular environment. and that's in the ocean, in the water, where it breathes and it has its life cycle. However, a flying fish thinks way differently to a normal fish, so that when it's time to get out of danger, when they're being attacked or there is some threat, a flying fish will do something that no other fish is able to do, and that is it will leap out of the water and fly in the air in an environment it wasn't designed to breathe in. And some people say, well, it's only a few yards that it flies, but not long ago there was a documentary that showed one particular flying fish that went for 1.25 miles in the air in an environment that it wasn't designed to breathe in. And so when we think about Walt Disney or Edison or any of the greats or any of the unsung heroes, the housewives, the single mums, the single dads, we live in a world where we can no longer think the way we used to think. And the name of the flying fish is NOBO, N-O-B-O. No box, no freaking boundaries.
No box, no freaking boundaries.
That's, it's a big key. This world is different to the world that we lived in 10, 15, or 20 years ago. It was okay to say, think out of the box. Well, in Disney's time, it was okay to think out of the box, but he didn't have a box. He was a no-bo thinker. And for us today to move into the future and become who we really are, it is absolutely vital that we have no box, because the minute you say, think out of the box, it suggests that there is a box. In this world that we live in, for us to reach our goals, to discover our mission and purpose and fulfill it, no boundaries, no freaking box.
And like we talked before, you had mentioned in our previous show about how we not only create our own cell, but we hold the key to unlock it. And oftentimes we don't. That certainly relates to the NOBO flying fish.
Well, I love that, Nelson. It certainly does. And the actual statement in the book I wrote called Now I Understand simply says this: not only am I the builder of my own prisons, but after having completed the structure, I then lock myself inside and stand guard, defending my position in case I may escape, whilst all the while in my hands I hold the key that will set me free, and that's the key of integrity. Being who we really are, being bold enough to stand up for what the future holds for us, regardless of what people may say, think, or do. It's in our hands.
And Roger, I want to ask you this. We have about 30 seconds here, and just respond to how you have overcome the thought line that cancer is your gatekeeper. Cancer holds your key.
Yeah, Nelson, there is no doubt about it. This isn't anything I would have wished on myself. It isn't anything that I thought would ever happen to me. But as I have understood it more, I realize that every circumstance in life has locked within it, hidden within it, a gem, a pearl that enables us, if we look for it, to not only help discover our mission and purpose, but help us have the strength to fulfill and the tools to fulfill that mission and purpose. So as I embrace cancer, opportunities that have never happened before are opening up all over the place, like I could never have dreamt it possible. So yes, I'm grateful for this opportunity. Would I wish it on anyone else? Absolutely not, but it's part of my journey, and I'm grateful for it.
So inspiring. Roger Anthony back out of the bush with NOBO the flying fish. No box, no freaking boundaries. Dave, how do you respond?
I just, Roger, man, you just always inspire me, and thank you so much for sharing. I can only go a little bit. I love the way you talk about how we build our own, whatever prison that we put ourselves into. And the truth is that we have the key.
And just in that same vein, as we close out each of our shows, drawing attention to Operation Homefront. Here's a new opportunity that's being presented to our wounded warriors, our returning veterans, and I want to bring your attention to it once more. And this is a program that's been established where returning vets can move into a property with their families. It's a rehabbed property. It's not a dog with fleas. They have the responsibility for 12 to 18 months to cover taxes, cover insurance, cover maintenance on the property. But at the end of that stated period, they have the opportunity to receive that property free and clear as a gesture of thanks for their military service. Dave, your pops, your dad, was at the epicenter of military service at Iwo Jima, like you shared that story, and it's incredible. And I think this is just a fabulous program to commemorate them.
Well, absolutely. And you got to think, that program is so wonderful, but it took someone to think it up and then act upon it.
Right. Someone without a box and without boundaries. You're listening to Be a Beast right here on Angels AM 830. You can contact us direct, 888-888-2136. Click through at extremefocus.com. We've got another great show coming up with James Lawrence, the Iron Cowboy. And his story in itself is unbelievable.
That's perfect, and perfect timing, because everyone at the end of the year, we're all making our goals and our dreams for 2014. What a guy to be the example of that. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records, not once, but twice.
You got to stay tuned and find out more about the Iron Cowboy. This is Be a Beast on Angels AM 830. Call 888-888-2136. Click through at extremefocus.com or simply text the word BEAST to 313131. From the locker room to the boardroom, we're guiding your success to perform like a beast.
Offer extended. Offer not accepted. This is Nelson with Nelson Radio, and you're challenged by today's rush to real estate, all combined with a concern that by the time you find your dream home, higher rates will price you out of the market. I've got the answer. With my mortgage market exclusive lock and shop rate guarantee, you can freeze today's low interest rates, shop for your new home, all with the peace of mind that your rate is waiting for you at the finish line. Call or click 888-888-2136 or click through on strongcreditrewards.com.